Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you are a new viewer. My name is DC Budgets, and here on this channel we discuss all things budgeting, tips, tricks, resources, as well as the current system that I'm using, which is cash envelope stuffing and saving for sinking funds. If those are things that you seem to be interested in, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If after reviewing this video, you find this information helpful, please feel free to share it with any of your family members. Also hit that thumbs up button and give me a like. It helps to grow my channel and I truly appreciate it. So today on this video, we'll be discussing my November 2021 budget. We will be going over what I believe or project my expenses to be for this upcoming month. We will only be doing my projected column, which is here called the budgeted column, for each of my expenses, and we're going to see how much I may potentially have in order for me to have left over for sinking funds. So we're going to start with my different categories, and I'm going to explain the reason why I have these categories broken up the way that I do. First is fixed expenses. My fixed expenses are those expenses that, like, if they don't get paid, I'm in a world of trouble, because those are the things that I need in order for my household to survive, in order for me to make my money. It's just things that if they don't get paid, somebody's coming after me, and I need those things in order for me to live the life that I feel as comfortable. Now, I do believe that some of these things should not be listed here. Hint, 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 because they're supposed to be here as a natural resource for us, but we'll talk about those things later, maybe at a different time. But anyway, so that's what I consider my fixed expenses. Then I go down to my variable expenses. My variable expenses are also the things that I need, but those things can be finagled or kind of adjusted if my fixed expenses are more than I anticipated, and I would be able to use resources in order to get these things done, such as doing something for my side hustle to get that money up to put into either any of these categories, or slacking off on the categories for that month if it needs to be, or using different apps, tips and tricks in order for me to be able to kind of get these expenses down. I then break my credit cards up into a totally different section, because to me, that's my debt information. And right now, my credit cards are the only debt that I am focusing on. I do have car loan debt, as well as the unspoken student loan debt. I am not focusing on student loan debt at this point in my journey. So credit cards are my debt that I kind of focus on. And then you'll see on the back here, I have something that is listed as entertainment, which has kind of two categories that I use in order for me to be able to have a couple of extra things that I like. If I had Hulu or Netflix, stuff like that, those would be listed in my entertainment. But I got some people in my life who love me and they cherish me, so they pay for those expenses. Shout out to the sis and shout out to the boyfriend. So I don't really have to put those into my budget, thank goodness. But that's what this little entertainment category would be for. So now that I've gone over each of my categories, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in and put in my budgeted amounts. I'm gonna move this over here. So for rent, my budgeted amount is $200, because I do split this cost with people in my household. Car payment, this is my total car payment. I am the only person who pays this car payment, and it is $371.35. I know a lot of people think that this is a high car payment, and I've explained this in previous videos, but just in case new people are here, This is a car payment that I'm perfectly fine paying because my car has 0% interest and my car was brand new when I bought it in 2017. So I don't have any plans to refinance or anything. $371.35 is what I'm going to be sticking with. I only have about a year and a half left on my car, so that's fine by me. Car insurance, I pay this solely by myself, which is $122.53. Life insurance, I have 3 different life insurance policies that I pay for. One of them is for myself, and I pay that, solely myself. And then I have one for my grandmother that I split with my sister, and the same for my younger brother. I split that policy with my sister. And so those policies, they come up to, let's see, or my portion of life insurance policy comes up to $187.80. So that is my cost. Cable, same thing. I split this, so my portion of the cable, I'm going to say, is about $107. Lights is something else that I split. Our light bill is usually like in the 200s. So I am going to budget, let's say about 120. The same is true for our water. I split that and it's always up in the 200s. Even though I think I received something in the mail that said that with our particular water company, they're no longer going to be doing bi-monthly payments. Your bill will now be broken up into months or monthly payments. But last time I received a bi-monthly, so maybe it was just a mistake. I'm gonna assume that they're now doing the monthly payments, and if that's the case, I'm gonna split what our thing is usually in half and say maybe it'll be about $70 for my portion. We'll see once I actually get the bill. Cell phone, that's something, I'm on my sister's plan, so I still pay for my phone though, so my portion of the bill is a little bit higher, and I budget about $105. Cushion is just something that I like to keep in my bank account in order for me to have a little fun there. I know in my last video it seemed like I was in the negatives like by a whole lot because of my extra spending. And I just wanted to clarify that I am not in the negatives in my bank account. It was just my spending for that week was in the negatives. I have this buffer or cushion that I call it that I'm able to pull from, and that keeps me from going into the negatives if I ever overextend myself throughout the month. And so I put some money in there and I build that cushion up. So $20 this month for my cushion. And then this here, Agnes account, this is just something, it doesn't come from out of my budget. It's just something that I need to remember personally to go ahead and pull out from my grandma's bank account. So that won't be included. We're going to tally this up. So we have the $187.80 here already on the calculator. So plus 200 plus 37.35 plus 122.53 plus 107, and we skipped that life insurance because it was the first one. It was still on this calculator, just so you guys know. And then 120 for lights. Water, we're gonna say 70. Cell phone 105, and then cushion is 20. So I have $1,303.68. That is what I project to pay in my fixed expenses. Okay? So then for my variable expenses, again, these are numbers that I can kind of finagle and adjust if need be. So for my emergency fund and my Corning Credit Union savings, I always add an additional $20. So those are both $20. For my home savings, I'm trying to shoot for $365. For gas, I usually use about $30 per week, but gas has gone up, So I'm gonna say about $140 for gas. Sorry, on my watch. Groceries, this is something that I split, so I only save a little bit of money for groceries. So I am going to put $150 for the month for groceries. For dining out, however, I am the person who pays the expenses for our dining out the one day that we eat out per week. And I usually try to make sure we're gonna eat something good, so I do about $80 for that one night. So that's $320 for the entire month. We usually don't use that much, honestly. I usually have rollover, and then with that rollover, I usually put it into my sinking funds or something. It just depends on what I'm trying to do for that month, what goals I have. Personal supplies are any supplies that I need for health and hygiene. I've stated before, I did bulk shopping at Sam's Club a while back with my personal supplies, so I don't need that much. So I'm going to stuff $15 here. Household supplies, these are things that I need within the house. Paper plates, paper towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent, all that stuff. And this is my portion of it. So I will say about $40 for the month. Spending, this is just any money that I want to spend on myself or anybody else. This is honestly a new category, something that my sister told me I should think about doing. So I'm going to try it out for this month and let's see how that goes. And I think I'm going to budget $100. And I don't know if I said this before, but all of these expenses are for the month. I just want to make it clear that these expenses are for the month. I get paid monthly, so I do pay all of my bills up front at the beginning of the month. So just so we're clear, IRS, we're going to budget $50 for that. And this is just me catching up on taxes that I may need for my DoorDash that I forgot to put aside taxes for whenever I was doing those runs at the beginning of the year. So I'm trying to catch up now so that when they come around knocking, asking for their money, I at least have a little something and I don't have to take it out of my, main paycheck. So let's see how much my variable expenses will be. So 20 plus 20 plus 365, 140, 150, 320, 15, 40, 150. So that is $1,220 even. Bim. Booyah. So that looks good. I'm not sure if we're over budget yet. Projected, my based off of what my income will be. So let's move down to credit cards. These are my projected expenses for my credit cards. So for Old Navy, I believe it'll be about like $63. It's usually somewhere in there between like 56 to 63. So I always go in the high end. Corning, that one never changes. So that's 20. Amazon, I think maybe about 40. Same thing for Credit One, about 40. So then we're going on to the next page. Discover, I also believe it'll be about 40. Merrick, probably about 43. That one is usually between 40 and 43. So I always go with the high end, honestly. And Capital One never changes, which is 25. So let's tally this up. I hope you guys can still see this. So that's 63 plus 20 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 43 plus 25, which is 271. So this number is, you know, a little more projected, because usually, honestly, my credit card bills are usually about $250. Like, it always equates to $250 usually. So then with entertainment, Apple storage is 99 cents. That doesn't change. And then Apple Music does not change either. It is $5.34. So $5.34 plus 99 cents equals $6.33. So now I'm going to total up each of my categories to get my budgeted grand total. So for my budgeted grand total, we're looking at $1,303.68 plus $1,220 plus, y'all, it's getting close to my income. Ooh. $271 plus $6.33, which is over. This is over my income. So my budgeted grand total is $2,801.01. My income that I use, let me write this down, is $2,788.80. I still live off of my old income. So if we want to be technical, I could cover this budgeted amount. However, I like to live off of my old income, as I stated, which is $2,788.80. So I try to remain under that, so that I can make sure that I am saving a lot of money on the side. I know it's not a zero-based budget technically, how people see it, but in my eyes, once I get down to $2,788.80, to me, I call that a zero-based budget. That's my business. So the extra money, like I said, it goes to me, you know, making sure that I'm putting aside money for my savings. So the difference would be $2,788.80 minus $2,801.01, which equals, I would be over budget. Oh, let me see if I can find a red pen. I would be over budget by $12.21. Oh, really? Okay, let's see. So over by $12.21. Could I make the sacrifice and just go ahead and, you know, get it over with if that is the case once I received all of my bills? Yeah, I'll probably do that. Or I'll go out and DoorDash in order for me to make sure that I have the remaining amount of money here that would be, or here that would be over if I'm over by anything. So we'll see. I haven't received all of my bills yet, so I'm not sure how close I am in my guesstimations. I at least think that the credit cards is inaccurate, because like 271 minus 250, that'll bring me back $21, and that's minus 12. So then I would have like $9 left according to this budgeted projection here. But we'll see. Like I said, I haven't received all of my bills yet, so I'm not even sure. But if you have any questions about the way that I budget, if you have any questions or any comments or concerns about budgeting, cash envelopes, any of the systems, zero-based budgeting, please let me know. Drop those questions down in the comment box below. I'm happy to answer whatever questions that you may have. If you need advice, you know, please reach out. I am not a financial counselor or anything like that, or a financial advisor. This is just me doing my personal budgeting and what I feel is best, and what works for me and my household. So if you like this video, as I stated, please share it with someone in your family. They may need this information, or they may just want to, you know, hang around and see what I got going on. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next week. See ya. Have a wonderful week.